welcome to another video by YoungTeamGriffin. For all of you guys who don't know, my name is Lorraine and I am the second member of our little team, my other being my best friend, Karma, the brown-haired one. So today, by request by Karma, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite shows, which sadly is a reality show, which is kind of a fallback for me, considering all I watch is Downton Abbey and Doctor Who. Now, this show, which I have ranted about a couple of times, is called Dance Moms. Basically, the show is a butt nut of crazy that could probably sit in between the craziness level of Toddlers and Tiara and Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. But the fact that I think is most crazy is the dance teacher, Abby Lee Miller. Now, this woman is very unconventional in her techniques for teaching young girls how to dance. And by that, I mean she can't even dance herself. She can yell, which is her most powerful tool. If she was a Pokemon, Screech would be her power. That and squash. Abby Lee Miller just loves to do crazy stuff. And by crazy stuff, I don't mean that kind of crazy stuff. I mean crazy stuff like crazy dances that no normal person would think of doing. By that I mean, like, if this is normal and this is psych patient in a mental hospital that belongs to the state, Abby Lee Miller sits probably about here. Last night, which was the season finale, the girls were going to nationals in Hollywood, California. Or was it Beverly Hills? Somewhere in California where people are rich. That's where I'm gonna go with this. Decided to do one of her unconventional dances yet again. Now, that is her specialty, Abby Lee Miller. She's done a dance about child abduction, one about kids in psych hospitals, one about... She's just done a lot of crazy stuff. The only black girl on the show, she pretty much only gives her ethnic dances, which that's probably considered racist in most parts of the country, especially when she makes the girl wear an afro wig and do pimp slaps in one of the dances. But, you know, that's Abby. Last night, the dance she did was entitled My Last Text. And for those of you at home, I'm going to give you a minute to guess what you think it's about. For those of you playing at home, the answer is texting and driving. Now, I was a little skeptical at first when I heard she was doing it. My jaw dropped down to the floor. I literally spit a whole glass of water across the room and hit the mirror and my cat. But I think the part that shocked me most was the fact that she was having girls ages 8 through 13 do this dance. Kids who've never even driven before, let alone anything. I mean, they're so young and naive. How could they even know about the dangers of texting and driving? But you know, Abby, age appropriateness doesn't matter. I mean, she dressed the girls up as strippers one time and made them do a fan dance like a burlesque show in Las Vegas. I have to say, after watching this episode, that I was very wrong to be skeptical, because this dance was absolutely amazing. Basically, what she did was she had all the girls dress up in kind of going out to school dance outfits, like dresses and hair up and, you know, typical middle school dance. Yeah, that's the word. And then she had them come out on stage. She had 2 of them sit in a front seat and then like 4 of them sit in like behind it, pretending to be in the back seat. And there really was no music for this. It was all like kind of sound effects. So the beginning was them like, you know, the texting noise that the iPhone makes and some of the beep sounds that the iPhone makes when you get an incoming text. And you just see the girls are like having fun, pretending to text. The driver pulls out her phone, pretends to text. And then suddenly they all crash. Like you hear the noise in the music and everyone slings forward. Girls are acrobatic tricking out of the car, pretending they're flying through the windshield. There's blood. There's girls giving each other CPR. There's girls, you know, having convulsions and pretending that they're, you know, losing blood and dying. And then in the end, everyone's dead except one. And you see the girl go over and shake one of her friends. The girl tips over. And then you hear ambulance sounds and you hear the girl run off. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I mean, you really need to see this to actually believe it. But I must say I was very wrong. I was I was actually moved by it. I might have cried a little. The entire audience was just as moved as I was, and, you know, not a single sound was even made after the girls finished. They kind of just sat there in silence, kind of basking in the entire effect. But I must say that this dance probably has convinced me never to text and drive ever again. And I am definitely a culprit of it. I've done it a couple of times, you know, stupidly. I mean, I can't believe I've even done it after saying that. And I know you have done it too. Don't lie to yourself. You know your friend has sent you a funny cat picture and you picked it up while driving, being like, oh, it's so funny. You know, I do pay attention to the road. But all kidding aside, I must say, bravo to you, Abby. Think back what I said in another video about the Diary of Anne Frank dance. It actually was really good, and they changed the costume so she didn't look like a Cirque du Soleil performer and she looked like Anne Frank, and I was moved by that too. I'm a basket of emotions. Someone should get me a Midol and a Snickers. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to push subscribe. And if you also like it, don't forget to leave a comment down below in the great abyss that is YouTube. Until next time, adios, amigo. I'm just going to start using different foreign language to say goodbye. Shalom, Totzin, Arrivederci. Okay, bye. That's English.